Listen to the silent words of Meher Baba. The life story of all lovers of God is based on the practice of these words. If you are serious about living this new life, then wholeheartedly renounce this ephemeral existence.
We are taken to this life in which we rely only on God. In this, our will to do or die is strengthened by the oath taken. We merrily sing the song of hopelessness. We invite all calamities and difficulties.
We neither wail over lost hopes nor complain about broken promises. We neither covet honor nor shun disgrace. Backbiting we know not, nor do we fear anyone. This is now the tenor of our new life.
No confusion in the mind now, nor any ties left. Pride, anger, lust, and greed are sloughed off. No religion for any of us, nor care for physical and mental fads. The sheikh and the Brahmin, typifying all castes and creeds, are now sailing in the same boat.
There is no small or great now for us all. The questions of discipline, master nor godhood no longer arise. Brotherliness or fellow feeling is the link that exists, and this contributes to our present enjoyment of suffering.
This world or the next, heaven or hell, we are no longer concerned with. Shaktis and Sidhus, psychic powers, occultism and miracles, we are no longer plagued with. All these false impressions have been purged from the mind. What has value and importance for us now is to live in the active present.
Dear ones, take seriously the words of Baba when he says, although now I am on the same level with you all, yet all orders from me, good, bad, extraordinary, you should carry out immediately, leaving the result to God.
Even if the heavens fall, do not let go the hand of truth. Let despair and disappointment ravage and destroy the garden of your life. You beautify it once again by the seedlings of contentment and self-sufficiency.
Even though your heart be cut to bits, let there be a smile upon your lips. Here I divulge to you a truth. Hidden in your penniless hands is treasure untold. Your beggarly life will be the envy of kings.
God exists indeed, and true are the prophets. Every cycle has an avatar, and every moment has a wali, saint. For us, however, it is only hopelessness and helplessness. How else can I describe to you what our new life is?
Yay, Baba.
Wow.
Okay, so let's see. All right. Well, here we are at the Poetry Zoom, and most of the people that said they were going to come are here, so maybe a few others will show up or not. So I guess we can just start.
Do you want folks to raise hands or?
No, I have a list that I did randomly, and we could just. I mean, do you want to just take it? No, it'll just work. Okay, Ben Lee, you're first tonight. We can't hear you.
Good. Grandpa, you're muted.
Now can you hear me?
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. I'm always new to this. Okay. Can I just read one?
You can read as many or as few as you like, unless it's too many.
Exactly. I'll read the short one.
We can just see the corner of your head. Maybe you need to, can we see your face? Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Hi, Ben.
Maybe. White birds. Two white birds rise from the misty field. On the Japanese room screen in the Asian Museum in San Francisco. And they call sorrowfully to each other. And you may attend to their sorrow. While ancient, it is still poignant. One bird is the artist's sister who died and is transformed. And the other, his brother. And both are calling, rising together from the reeds, shrieking to the artist's heart. And though all three, artist, sister, and brother, have long since passed out of memory, their sorrow is indelible through centuries. Imagination vaults from the turquoise sky. It flutters like a ghost to sit resolutely in mind. And time washes, but the tide receding reveals the barnacles of memory on the pier's piling. And the white birds rise from the reeds. Stolid brown horses munch the weeds. Ink touches moving paper, and soul touches my moving eyes. The mute darkening purple sky, deeper soul brushes the moving eye.
Oh, J. Baba, Ben.
Hey, Baba.
Really?
Thank you.
Who wrote that and what's it called?
It's called White Birds. I wrote that poem.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry. You're always, that's wonderful.
Sure.
Wow.
J. Baba.
Because you told me you were going to read poems and you named a famous poet. So I thought maybe it was by him, but that, yeah, I mean, that was really, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
Ben is famous.
Yeah. Right. Another.
Proud.
For some-
Yeah. J. Bob.
All right. The other one, I'm not going to read the other one. It's like 3 pages long. It's too long. Let's
can
get
read it.
another person.
Read it later if there's time. If you
Okay.
want. Okay. That was, wow. That was remarkable. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
Michael Childs is a second.
Okay. This is Guzzle I, not that it means anything. I see him standing in the meadow, looking in my direction. Is my hair right? Does my dress become me? Will he find me calmly? Casually, I look around, a little laughter escapes my lips. I smile, my cheeks are flushed. I dare not look, but then I do. His eyes reach mine. They blaze with light. Instantly, I drop my eyes. Walking away, daring not to look, I leave my heart behind me. Will he follow? Will I see him in the meadow of my love again? Who is this handsome man who has my heart? Does he come here often? Questions and curiosity fill my mind. Confusion accompanies every step I make. At last he's gone, but oh, my heart aches at his absence. He knows how to unlock my heart, yet I am afraid to yield to him. Michael says to you, Lord, since I cannot find you, and as I am dressed in tatters, nor have I a young girl's charm or beauty, flowing grace or softness, my face scarred with battles, furrowed deep with tears and cares, I ask you with downcast eyes, will you meet me in the meadow and gaze at me once more?
I love that. Thank you. J. Baba.
I've got 2 more, okay?
Mhm.
Guzzle N. Clinking, clanking, chug, chug, chugging, cloop along, rintle, tintle, ping and patter, sounds of grease and metal, rolling round and round, and clanging my whole day for $85 weekly, and for the honor of being subjected to my boss's abuse and jeers. You think you're smart, but you're a jerk. Don't write your music on the job and I'll dock you if you're late. Clinking, clanking, chug, chug, chugging. The paper sheets keep coming. Check the color and its depth. Check to make it perfect. Make sure that we get paid to perfectly print a piece of paper whose destiny is garbage. I admit, Lord, I like the work, even though I felt depressed. The camaraderie, the vulgar jokes, the discipline of mastering expensive metal monsters that did not allow for slackness, being a part of the machinery of society. Lord, even in those unpainted, stifling rooms filled with dust and chemicals, the filthy toilets, the heat and squalor, the sweat pouring off our brows, I found you in the hearts of those who gave themselves for their loved ones, living simple lives. Thanks for teaching me to be a craftsman and to disregard the clothes that cover us, to see the soul within.
Mm. Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba. So one more.
Lovely. Yes.
Often I see my past lives and weep. There is no glory in them, no pride, no famous names over which to gloat or boast. Just mountains of arms and legs and heads from battles I have fought, women raped and screaming, children stabbed and bleeding, outraged at the injustice of it all, that by my hand I had commanded, or by the sword I had wielded. I am bathed in blood. There is no redemption for my deeds. I caused the death of millions of souls and 6,000 men crucified on the Appian Way for something I never forgave myself.
Oh.
I raised the slave revolt because of anger, and thousands died because of it. It was a lie when I said, I'll take you to the promised land. Just a lie to make you angry and a lie to give you hope. A lie to cover my own wish to die. Better to die as freemen than live as slaves, I argued. Resolved to lie about our bleak prospects and lie about ships to carry us to freedom. I ask you, Lord, and all those involved, to forgive me this awful abuse of trust which haunts me day and night. You have always been forgiven, you reply. Now forgive yourself. What happened is all past. Those people followed you because they loved you. You gave them hope and a sense of their own power, that slaves united could defeat the mightiest of armies. Trust yourself to raise another army, one that wages war, on greed and selfishness. If you fight as well as you did many years ago, you will succeed. There is no promised land except in your hearts and in the stillness of your minds. I will always be there to guide you. And if you should make mistakes, don't worry. I will always love you.
Oh. Jai Baba.
Mm,
Hey, Bob.
nice one.
Wonderful. Wow. Wow.
Mm.
Okay, it's J. Baba, Michael. It's my, I told myself next, but my screen has been flickering. I don't know.
Maybe you're enlightened.
It's Baba.
Is that what it's like?
It's Baba.
It's Baba.
That's a very kind take on it.
You're disappearing right before our eyes.
You're
I'll
unflickered. You're unflickered, Max.
I'll read
Yeah, you're
I'll read
rather,
three poems, and these are before the current world situation, which I'm having great difficulty.
Yes, we all are.
Yeah,
We all are.
yeah. So okay, this is called Someone Extraordinary. Once long ago, I had an interview for a caretaker job with a young man paralyzed from the neck down. He was studying for an advanced degree at the university. I didn't get the job, but I got a glimpse of what real effort is. Fully mobile, do I accomplish as much in a day as he did? Do I make too many excuses? Could he afford any? I complain that I may not be able to get to India again, but I can bow down to your picture in my room. I have no idea where that man is today, in this life or another. He was brave, Baba. Help me to be half that brave.
Oh, Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba. That's,
Thank you, Max.
Okay, Baba.
Yeah.
This is well, it's a sort of experimental piece. I was reading the poetry of David Israel, whom some of you may know, and who posts these very what's the right word? Eccentric things that a friend of his on Twitter, or what used to be called Twitter, puts out poetry prompts, and David tries to, how does your poetry do this, or is it inspired by what? And David writes these very clever and I find interesting things, and they're quite experimental, and I admire that in him. And so I just tried. I wrote something called Experiment. Who, what, where, when, why. Okay, here's how it goes. Under the blather, under the crust is the living substance of new life. Creative input from internal depths which sound the unknown, resound with echoes of undying freshness. You have to go down to get up. Our professor said that was the theme of James Baldwin's novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain. Up and down, what is up? What is down? If our planet exists in a universal space with no such coordinates at all, the ones we think are there, imposed by our need to locate ourselves in a manner we can understand. And also like the maps of our planet's surface, with Antarctica on the bottom, the North Pole at the top, also deeply internalized. That is how we instinctively orient. But where am I really? Yes, here, but who is where? I mean, where is this here? And what does it mean? To penetrate into the essence of all being and significance, and to release the fragrance of that inner attainment. Then there's a quote, keep the drills going 24/7. And until that is attained, travel by the reckoning of our guiding star, Meher Baba.
Oh, Jai Baba.
Oh,
Jai Baba.
Two J Babas.
Very good experiment.
Thank you. Wish I could. I'm trying to loosen myself up. This is from recently. I had an extraordinary morning, and I just kept going to my voice memo on my phone and recording things, and I ended up actually typing up 7 of them, but one I didn't seem to fit with the rest. So this is called 6 Sunday Morning Glimpses. 1.
Max,
Yeah. Yes.
I'm Marcela
Oh,
Vidal,
you're here.
Argentina.
Yeah.
We had problems with Carlos to
yeah.
join the meeting. I finally could, but Carlos couldn't. I don't know what's happening. I'm here to read, to tell you about my poem.
Yeah. You can read. You can be next, in fact, because you and Carlos were just on the. I had a list. I pulled pieces of paper. And, yeah.
Do you remember me?
Yes.
Okay.
I was at Baba group gathering at Marcela's house in La Plata, Argentina, about 5 years ago, and it was just wonderful.
And you know what? I want to tell you something. I had an accident in 2021 and another accident in 2022, and I was operated on 5 times on my head.
Oh, wow.
And I am fantastic.
Okay.
That is a miracle.
Okay.
Baba.
Baba.
Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba.
Meher Baba.
Yes, I remember very fondly being at your house. I'm so glad that you are fantastic. Okay, 6. So this is called 6 Sunday Morning Glimpses. 1, coming from Pete's. If you don't know, Pete's is a coffee. What do you call it? Bunch of coffee houses. Yeah. Okay. These cafes can be oases, islands of contemplation, of communion with you, Baba. In the world, not of it, standing outside my life, telling you everything, inviting you to help me see clearly and keep moving forward. I am grateful. 2, the artist. All my life I've wanted to be an artist and have long done my best to be one. But I'm seeing today the great thing is being the art, the work in progress shaped by the master hand in ways that can be so nuanced and so subtle, one doesn't even feel the hand. 3, creating the map. I'm beginning to see this. There have been and there are going to be periods of defeat, of retreat and contemplation. Blessed oases like this morning, sometimes in unlikely places, mountaintop experiences in a little room filled with people, or on an actual mountaintop. The revelations that save can come anywhere, anytime, and all of these places will continue, I think. All of these phases will continue, I think, until the very end. 4, everything a sacrament. In this seemingly fallen world, my beloved creates opportunities for me to make things sacred. 5, obey me or leave me. Saying here what often runs through my head, I've long been haunted by the words you would occasionally say to people close to you. Your brother Jal embraced a leper when you threatened him that way, saying, obey me or leave me. And the leper turned into Baba. But there are things more frightening than lepers, or rather, each of us has our own personal brand of horror. All I can do is continue to call out to you, whether I can obey or not, whether I fail or not. What else am I going to do? 6, finale, a trip to Costco. Who can imagine a trip to Costco so exciting? The aisles all but glowing as I push my cart. In my hand, a button with a picture of your face. Coming here fresh from our deep communion in my notebook pages, everything is recentered. I sing your name as I walk. Victory, for now at least. I will savor this feeling until Maya takes another bite and the process starts again.
Gee, Baba.
Hey, Baba. Thank you for listening.
That was great, Max. Thank you.
Thank you.
These are wonderful. I'd love to have a copy of those, actually.
Who said that?
Me, Gabriella.
Oh, Gabrielle. Okay. I'll try to remember to send you one. Okay. Jay Baba. They're on the poems from Mir Baba, all of them, but I can send you
The
one.
6, the new 6.
Yeah, that was on there a week ago.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll go look at it there.
Okay, so let's see. Marcella was next. Marcella and Carlos, who was also from Argentina, but hasn't been able to.
I suppose Carlos is trying to send you
I'll check my phone.
Okay. Do you want me to read now?
Yeah. You were actually on the list next. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I've chosen, because I didn't know, I was told yesterday, one poem from Francis Brabazon that really speaks about today, as everything Baba does. Worldly man or wanderer are the same to us, so long as they are honest. It's all God's game to us. Also the recluse, he has his place too, so long as his fingers aren't in other men's stew. For the most part, the long-haired or the shaven head is a vulture, eating the guts of a poor and returning no culture. Through the earth, though the earth provides enough for everyone's eating, half the world doesn't fill its belly because of cheating. Because there are rich, there are poor. When will the poor stop standing in bread lines and line up at God's door.
Mm.
Though none can prove to another God's mercy and all that, though even God's very existence is hearsay and all that, better to risk it and at worst die as a brave man loving him than to live as a dog on political charity's whim.
Jai Baba.
What I wrote
Yeah.
is God is tired. Baba is tired. God man rouses himself and speaks. With so many wars, the power of mean men, the destruction of even with the sacrifice of the Lord again. How can he be not so tired? The crosses of economics, love speech on commerce, consequences, and we need God. Tell me, Baba, your silence was not broken yet, my Lord, in my heart. You are tired. You have spoken so many times, and you have broken this silence, trying to reach us, that I don't wonder why you are tired.
Amen.
Jai
Hmm.
Baba. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Say, Baba.
Jai Baba.
Really, what inspired me with this was what is happening in Argentina, what is happening in Israel, what is happening in all the world. Men are Baba is telling us all the time the same. He's tired. I don't know if he's really, if he has really broken his silence. I don't know really, because so many men don't hear him. I wonder that.
Amen.
Gabriella, you're next. I don't know if anybody can answer that question. So, in silence, yeah.
Well, since you did that, I was going to read other ones first, but I did write a poem.
Could I just, I realized, I was thinking about what Marcella was saying.
Go ahead.
He said, excuse me for interrupting, okay? The Baba said that this kingdom of God is available, it will be available. And our job was to have faith in his word that he will manifest. Now, we may not understand how he is manifesting, which is what this madness is all about that's going on. But basically, all this evil that's festering within mankind is coming out and revealing itself, which is the only way to heal, start a healing. And he also said that 75% of the mankind or the world would be destroyed, which meant that 75% of people are not going to be around for this new kingdom because they're not ready for it. But they are exposed to it so that the next cycle, they'll be ready for it. This has been going on and on for billions of years. Now, just Baba shared in various things that I've been reading. So all I can say is all I have is his word that it will happen. And that's good enough for me. So
Okay, yeah.
All right, kind of broke the spell for me, but I will read this one. Are there any Sufis in the group here? Yeah.
Sufism reoriented members.
Sufis? I was wondering, okay, I wrote a poem for Murshida Khanner, which I've never read. So I thought I would read it. People know her, right? Knew her. All right. This was written after she went, just after she passed away. Tonight, I sat in the house of many lights, and you were there in a fur collar with eyes glazed and misty at the wonder of it all. I remember our meeting vividly, you so grand and so small, you like a herd of horses behind your beautiful eyes. I reached into myself then, and in a way, never came back. I often thought of a letter I might write to the lady I'd seen. Something stopped me. That one perfect meeting was our shared promise, this life, and that was all. Now you've gone to him like so many others of this time. And I send you this note, thanking you for seeing me with eyes of light and turning me towards pinnacles of sight that the beloved has touched me with. Tonight, I was the curled roots of an oak, where the water has washed the soil away. Tonight, I was utterly still, and the cold air collided with the heat in my heart. And I felt you right there. I hope you will come anytime you want. Nothing could keep me away.
Oh,
Wow.
hey, Baba.
Yeah. Gabrielle, my wife is a Sufi, and I'd love to send that to her. If you could
Okay, I'll send that to you because that's the first time I've ever shared it. So
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, so maybe now I'll read the other one I was gonna read. This is brand new. Just wrote it day before yesterday. The day after the new war began. And of course, my family lives in Israel, just to let you know, and I know very, very many people there, and I've spent a lot of time there. And so, but they're all physically alive. Today was a trying to make sense of things day. Me being far away, yet submerged in every moment. A puddle drenching day. I spoke to so many here, there, inside myself. I prayed in the silence between the syllables. At one moment, I had the image that Baba protected me. I was the yolk in his egg. The membrane around me was the sweetness of his love, and the shell of the egg, the dome of his samadhi. In that protection, I felt as hundreds of souls were rising, shocked in their murders, Baba calling them home. It is a day for mourning, a day for action. How do we reconcile this horror with the horror of our own making? It is not about justification. It is about grief. Oh, beautiful young ones dancing in their nature party by the border. 260 murdered, uncertain still how many stolen. Oh, heroic souls who went first, the captains, the fathers, the grandfathers, who rose to heaven consciously, I am sure. saving so many others. Oh, ones left in the safe rooms with no safety at all. Oh, those crying out who received no answer at all. Those who on bellies protected themselves when no soldiers came at all. So many strands of stories, each from a different person, each person with his or her own perspective, a bit of information here or there. I gathered them like bits of string, of fur, and stranded them together into a basket. Finally, at the very end of the day, I climbed into the basket I had made of all these bits of glory, story, wisdom, pain, and glory, sang the song of my land, and the shaking began to still. Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba, thank you, dear.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Gabriella.
Hey, Baba. Thank you.
Oh.
Mm.
I just do want to say that being together with Baba lovers is incredibly good right now for me.
Yes, it is. You know, there's so much suffering, and
Mm.
we love Baba so much, but there's so much going on. It's like really hard to process because all we want to do is love Baba and trust that the right thing is going on, even though in this illusory world, it looks like hell.
It's horrific.
Yeah, I'm really glad we're together because Baba's love is so great, and he needs our love right now. He needs our energy and our love and our forgiveness and hope for a better world. You know, and when I read, my poems are la 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 because I just have trouble going to the painful place. But I love all of you guys very much, and I'm really glad to be here with all of you. Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba. Yeah, that was a great service, Gabriella, to me, at least.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay,
we need
Bob.
to feel it.
We need what? Yeah.
I said we need to feel it.
Yeah. Bob Yeager is up next.
Yeah, thank you, Max.
Yeah, Bob. Jai Baba. Yeah.
I have three that I'd like to share.
Great.
First, clouds. In summer, long ago, children lay on their backs in the grass, shaded by trees and lilacs, imagining fantastic creatures in shifting clouds. Look, there's a dragon. Where? Oh, I see it. But now it's a grizzly bear, and there's an alligator. Walking now outside in the heat of the day, I look up and see that old dragon outstretched with open mouth, eye bulging, a misshapen lump on the back of its head. Or maybe it's a swimmer in rough water, carrying a baby to safety on her back. But no, it's you, swimming in your ocean, carrying the world, everyone, everything. Cloud dissolves to shapelessness, and there's nothing to do but walk on through heat and shade, remembering you, forgetting, remembering, forgetting, remembering. Laundry day. Folding clothes, I look out the north window where knotweed grows, leaves heart-shaped, whether whole, torn, large, small. I glance at your picture on the wall. The last sock folded under your smile. I step out for a walk. Notice how many leaves in beautiful variety sing that same shape, calling heart to unlock, open, remember you.
Beautiful, Jai Baba.
Yeah.
And last, lovers in bubbles. Bobbing on your ocean, washed, tossed in foam above the vasty deep, knowing only separation, praying for any boat to board, bound for any port you wish, that they may finally find a way to dust at the door of your tavern. But there's no land in sight, no liner of love, no ship of fools. Weariness comes and goes, weakness comes and goes, hope, longing come and go. Still here, still breathing, trying not to thrash too much, just paddling or drifting as you wish. Unable to dive, floating for now, belly up in your ocean, longing to stay in the current of your love, living life in the universe. A bubble could do worse.
Say, Baba, that was great.
Thank you. Great.
Next is Janet White.
Okay. More Whitman. Walt Whitman is always relevant, and one of the ones I picked out has extra relevance recently. As I pondered in silence, returning upon my poems, considering, lingering long, a phantom arose before me with distrustful aspect, terrible in beauty, age, and power, the genius of poets of old lands, as to me directing like flame its eyes, with finger pointing to many immortal songs, and menacing voice. What sayest thou? It said. Knowest thou not there is but one theme for ever-enduring bards? And that is the theme of war, the fortune of battles, the making of perfect soldiers. Be it so, then, I answered. I too, haughty shade, also sing war, and a longer and greater one than any, waged in my book with varying fortune, with flight, advance, and retreat, victory deferred and wavering. Yet methinks certain, or as good as certain at the last, the field, the world. For life and death, for the body and the eternal soul, lo, I too am come chanting the chant of battles. I above all promote brave soldiers.
Say, Baba.
Sure. This one is Two Foreign Lands. I heard that you asked for something to prove this puzzle, the New World, and to define America, her athletic democracy. Therefore, I send you my poems that you behold in them what you wanted. Excuse me. This one is Stronger Lessons from the end of his work. Have you learned lessons only of those who admired you, were tender with you, and stood aside for you? Have you not learned great lessons from those who reject you and brace themselves against you, or who treat you with contempt, or dispute the passage with you? That reminds me so much of a Baba quote.
Yeah.
Jay Baba.
And this last one is about the appeal of natural sanskaras to one who is loaded with unnatural ones. I think you know this from Song of Myself. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth.
Janet,
Oh,
wow.
J. Baba.
That's it.
Thank you, Janet.
My pleasure.
This thing.
I don't think he knew too many cats.
Very often in his work, I'll tell you that. Horses,
My cat
cattle.
showed up.
Yeah.
Often lately, I scroll on Instagram to fall asleep sometime, and I just fall in love with animals over and over again. The wonderful relationships they have with people and with other animals, and I even saw a monkey trying to change a tire on a car. I mean, you wouldn't believe. And
My cat showed up.
Yeah.
I had a cat that looked just like that.
He really liked what Janet read.
Right. Okay, Ellen Van Allen's next.
Okay, well, I'm reading some Steve Klein today.
Okay.
Two of them jumped out at me this morning, actually three, but I'm only going to read two. First one is rather world situation. The second one is rather more to do with the new life. So, poem number 51 from O Beloved. Surely you must be God. Look at the world. All agree it's in a terrible mess. An ordinary man would be ashamed to take credit for it. You not only confess to having made the world, you act as if you're proud of your creation. Only God could have such a sense of humor or such an imagination. And only God would ever think of suffering through lifetimes of ignorance and pain, only to end up where he started from, and then call the whole ordeal a divine game. Only God would do this. Even the most simple-minded bloke would never willingly subject himself to this, not even as a joke. You put us through agony so you can discover your own infinite power, knowledge, bliss. And then you have such gall that you expect us to be grateful and praise you for this. The whole conceit is so outrageous, so amazingly one-sided, it can only be divine. But I'm afraid the only way to face this nonsense is with a cup that's filled with wine. So we'll make a deal. We won't question your wisdom in setting the whole mess in motion, if you'll let us watch it all unwind by your side and intoxicated with your love potion.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you. Perfect.
Right on.
I read it and said, oh, right now. And then the second one here is poem number 55. In the still of the night, I rose and crept to your chamber. You were sitting on the edge of your bed with a far-off look in your eye. Yet, even so, your beauty was such that it dissolved the limits of the world and made all things possible. So when you told me you were leaving and asked if I would go with you, my heart surged forward to say, yes. But the look in your eye told me that this leaving was forever. And although I could say yes for now, and for tomorrow too, there was an eternity of yeses to be pledged, which I knew my small share of love did not possess. Oh, I could have said yes anyway, hoping for the best, thinking that even a week with you would be better than watching you walk away without me. But what little love I had demanded total honesty, and so I said, I can't. You sighed and stood to go, and the pain of your departure almost compromised my love and made me speak. But integrity demanded silence, and so wordlessly I wept and watched you go. At the door, you turned and said, but it would make me happy if you came. How could I try to balance the weight of all my possible future failures to please you with this one chance to make you smile now? All eternity is present in each moment I am with you. So I said, yes. And so I continue to say yes every time you ask, even though I have just failed you in the past and will deny you in the future, for neither exists anymore for me.
Oh, Jay Baba,
Beautiful.
that's beautiful. Beautiful.
I haven't looked at that book for so long. It's wonderful.
Yeah, really beautiful.
Let's see, on the list, we have Tony next.
Hey, Baba. I have 3 brisk goals and 2 tiny pieces. This is called Dawnlight Shines. Do not terrorize me with your lies. My beloved has promised a new sunrise to blot the night of your fearful dreams, besot your tearful, wearying streams of evil thoughts and words and deeds, duplicitous chants and screams and screeds, by which you justify the murk you cast upon God's holy work in each of us. And all the while, your soot cannot obscure his smile that shines in every loving heart. Your manipulations are not art, but only the cruel, grotesque surmisings of a vanishing nightmare. Sun is rising now. This next one, if you know the Keats poem, Ode on a Grecian Urn, it ends with the urn saying, beauty is truth and truth beauty. That is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know. So this little poem is called Updating Keats. All the bad comes and goes. All the good comes and goes. All the love just grows and grows exponentially. That is all ye need to know. Another short one, grappling. Grappling is a human thing. You never see it in a sapling growing to the sun, then giving shade to everyone who cares to rest and let life in beneath love's branches, breezes blowing, and the heart so sweetly knowing. Grappling is a human thing, but not nearly so human as learning to sing. And then 2 brisk guzzles. This is Pour Me Around. I feel peaceful. All things told, it's better than gold. In fighting my body with ire, I've called a ceasefire. Not quite peace, but still a rest for the will. From restless agitation and desperation, against the tide with unbridled pride, heroic only to the few who think reality's a brew to drink or spill. But it's still a fizz. The real drink, loving what is.
Oh, Jay Baba.
And the last one is flying. Oh, how grateful this bird is today. I'm flying again. What a wondrous day. My soul tastes the freedom for which I've been longing. Thank you, dear God. All the angels are thronging around me now in celebration, joy, the sound of love's creation. You, the place of freedom growing. True, the love that I've been knowing. In my cage, I sang of this. Now I fly and thank your bliss for being such a part of love. The freedom to release this dove within my soul to sing its song, flying high. The wait so long is over.
Oh, Jay Baba. Baba. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Jay Baba.
See, Laura Duke, you're next.
So it's a poem that I read in Lord Meher, and I thought I'd read you a bit of the context, but I'm very tired and I'm going to stumble in the words, so I'm going to edit the context and then try and go through the poem. It made me cry when I read it, and I thought, oh, that's going to be for Max's Oasis.
Laura,
so-
just a second. Laura, can you wait just a second? I just
Sure.
got a note. Carlos, if you made it, we'll stick you in. We'll stick you in. Wonderful that you got here. Okay. Go ahead.
So at 8 o'clock in the morning of June 25th, 1943, Baba held a special gathering of a few of his lovers, so it was early in the morning, and the Mandali to listen to songs and ghazals of Jaigar, one of Baba's favorite poets. So, and then it says, Baba was in an especially happy mood and composed a few of his own couplets, I don't know how you say in English.
Couplets.
How do you say it?
Couplets.
Couplets, on the spot.
I like
Baba,
couplets is good.
Baba also gave this special explanation and hint of what he remarked was the greatest spiritual secret. When you want nothing, you gain everything. He concluded, you will all be pardoned for all your past bad karmas. And okay, so that's the intro to the poem that was sung probably. I'm gonna try this. Cheered up by each glance of Saki, the wine giver, my beloved, I drank. I drank away in the same undulating rhythm as the waves that played on the surface of the wine. Seeing the worldly intoxication of those unintoxicated with God's love, I became alarmed and I drank. Having broken the mood of repentance, trembling, I drank. O you pious, look to the prank of my drunkenness. Having broken away from religious mercy, the divine mercy every time descended, and I drank. When I remembered the intoxication of the primordial beginning, I kicked away the world of faith, of piety, and like hell, I drank. Seeing the heartful helplessness of Saki, the wine giver, my master, I felt so ashamed, and in my shamefulness, I drank. O eternal mercy divine, may my every error be pardoned, because in the height of my fervor, in fear, I drank. To drink without a permit, how could I ever venture? Consent I did obtain from the eyes of my beloved, by his glance, and I drank. Oh, Jaigar, repeatedly do I swear by the life of the tavern. Now, having overcome, having spread out myself over the entire world, like hell, I drank.
Oh, Jai Baba. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Laura. Let's see, Carlos, why don't you go next? You were way up on the list and you couldn't get on here yet. Tell us of your adventures of what happened.
Well, above all, my apologies for being late, but I have a problem with the ID in order to enter into the Zoom room. So.
Oh my God. So
yeah.
how did you do it?
First a number, then Peter, and then Peter and the number, but okay. I don't know what happened.
Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes. So my apologies to everybody and Jai Baba to everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and this is called Premsai Bhiksha Diye. It's almost time to sweep the ash that future left en route to past. Perhaps a question strives to rise. How can one get rid of the mind? It's clear we'll need some help from him, the one who's shown true ways to live. It's always time to Mananash, uncomfortable ego blocks our path. That curtain thick and ugly and dark, preventing us to see the light. It's clear there are no magic means for us to reach the truth within. It takes no miracles, it takes no wonders, no public shows or special powers. The humblest service will do it better, and we have had the example perfect. The king has come to become a beggar, turning companions into the very regal. It is no legend, it is not a tale. It is our chance not to lose the train. It is now the time to think it again, that true love's oblivion of one's false self. The God-man has set already the way for us to live the words we only say. The new life is active, but we are not aware. That's all, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Oh, Jai Baba. Thank you. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you permit me, I have another
wonderful.
A short one.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It is called Answer. God gave me one answer one day, right before I imagined a question. He spoke from my heart and he said, I am not any voices or gestures. I am not the features in my face or my actual presence through pictures. I am love beyond any thought. I am the silence you hear in some sleep. I am nothingness containing all, and the infinite you have within. I'm hidden behind an ink stick, which certainly is not an innocent word. You already know it, the word I it is. That's all the mystery and all you strive for. That's why I tell you, just stay at my feet, the place where I'll show you myself to you. So, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Beautiful.
Lovely, lovely.
Let's see, a few more people. Mary McDonald is next. Let's hear your la la.
Okay, I have a couple. This one is called Song of the Nightbird. Baba, it is dark now. The day is done. Every opportunity you offered me has passed. Did I please you today? Did I surrender to your will? Did I miss a precious moment to serve others, or did I only serve myself? In the silence of this evening, I listen for your voice, but all I hear is the voice of the nightbird. He sings this song with joy and it comforts me. I hear the call of the nightbird outside my window. Is that you, Baba? Are you whispering to me that your love is so great that even if I missed the mark today, you still love me with all my imperfections? The nightbird sings its song and gives me hope for the dawn, for the new day, for my love for you, Baba, for my hope in the new life. May it be so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, and then I have one more. So it starts with a quote from Anonymous, which I think is probably Baba. Says, you can't see the angel, you can't see the air, you can't see my love for you, but it is everywhere. Okay, and this is my little ditty. Surrender to Meher Baba and behold the miracle of your life. Accept his prasad joyfully. He may have thrown prasad to others, but he definitely threw it to you. Grab it with all your love and all your might. You are what Baba was always seeking. Do not take this moment lightly. Behold, this is the new life. Why wait until tomorrow when you can surrender into the bliss of the divine beloved today. Jai Baba.
Hey,
Great.
Baba.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great.
Okay, next we're gonna, 3 more people, I think, unless if there's anybody else that wants to share, you can just speak up or something. So we're gonna have Betty Lohman, then Jeannie Ross, and then Marcia Maltz. Yeah, I can't read my writing, Marcia. I remember. I see you and I see your name, but I couldn't read my writing.
Okay, Max, you're muted. How did that happen?
Oh,
You don't look muted.
sorry. Did I do that again? Oh my
Oh.
God.
No, you're not.
No, we hear you.
We hear you. We hear you.
Well, how can I be muted for some?
Maybe I'll
Maybe
just go
Betty's
ahead.
muted.
Guess maybe I'll go ahead and your voice will come back. I hope.
Try. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's see.
Okay, this is the one poem I've written.
Oh wow.
And it was at Amartithi, 1990. It was 1999.
Mhm.
People were so joyful to be there. It was just an amazing thing to see how all the trucks and tractors and buses all decorated with flowers, and so happy, so
Betty,
happy.
where was it to be? Where?
Blue Moon Amartithi, 1999.
Oh, great. Okay.
Jubilation. They came by, let's see now, I've edited. They came by bullock cart, bus and train, by plane, by tractor and truck and car. They came. We're here, shouting. They found places to sleep, old friends to greet. They washed, they ate, they walked up the hill for their time with the master once more. They set up a village by the path to his door. Meher tea, Meher flowers, Meher sweets, Meher's wine, Meher's wine for all. Sorry.
Exactly.
Meher's light shone bright that night, twinkling, twinkling in the wide Indian sky, from the heart of Mehrabad to the hearts of his lovers everywhere. His love light shone on Amartithi night. And then it was time to leave. The village was cleared, the pandal came down, the jeeps, the bullocks drove back into town, and the hill is now quiet. His presence remains, so that was Amartithi. Next year, come again. Hey, Baba.
Hey, Baba. It's great.
Really, the feeling of it.
You
Wow.
captured it, Betty.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
you did.
Okay. Jean Ross.
Jean. Yay, Jean.
Mhm.
Thank you, thank you. I was so late getting in and anyway, finally made it. I've got a couple of statements from Dennis Lesia. Alan Talbot credits Dennis Lesia with bringing him to Baba. And Dennis went to the last darshan, and then anyway, had many years he was just not around because he was caring for his wife. And anyway, in March of 2018, it was like Baba totally filled him up. This first one is called Real Love. Real love has no needs except maybe to love. Real love has no wants except maybe to love. I say maybe because it is full and complete in itself. Being full and complete, it needs nothing. Even so, it takes delight in loving and expanding and sharing, because that is the nature of love unlimited. It is unlimited by any ideas, concepts, judgments, notions, or projections in the mind. Being unlimited, it is all inclusive of everything. Everything including the so-called bad and the so-called good. Real love is felt in the expansion of the human heart. Real love is in the mind of the awakened human being. as true knowledge or awareness. Real love is found between the notes of beautiful music or between the lines of the beautiful story. Real love is found in the selfless service of the awakened human being, serving others without any desire other than to make that one happy. Real love is joyful and kind and takes delight in sharing itself, as in sharing it is expanding evermore. By Dennis Lesia, 3/13 of 2018. He passed away a couple of years ago. He'd only been to Maharana one time for a Sahavas, and he fell so in love with Baba at Maharana that he moved from Sacramento down there and spent a good year and a half or so, and he ended up marrying Marianne, who was the caretaker, because he wanted to be in the home where Bao had spoken so many times on his worldwide messages that he had.
That's beautiful.
There's one more. I'm moving from perpetual forgiveness to perpetual gratitude. Real self-love is perpetual forgiveness of oneself. Then you can't help but have perpetual gratitude. I'm now living with a clean slate of mind. I'm living from that which I am. I'm not living from that which I thought I was. Be unlimited. You are only limited by the thought of separation. Happiness, accept everything just as it is. All of my ideas, attitudes, judgments, beliefs, and accomplishments are nothing compared to what can come through me from who I really am. Live in the constant awareness of, I am right where I am meant to be. O Lord, let the tears of my gratitude wash away any misperceptions of who I really am. At any moment ask, what would you have me do? We must fully see what is false, Maya. Then we can fully see and experience what is true. The one who is fully established in the self, capital S, self, is disturbed by nothing. There is no place where God is not. I just wanted to share that because it's
Jean.
it's like a goal of where we can try to end up getting something.
Jean, that's beautiful. Jay Baba.
Isn't he amazing? Thank you, sweetie.
Yes.
Yeah, he changed from, and he had a lot of suffering in his life. So that's how he was before he went to Maharana and ended up marrying her, and then within a year or so he passed away.
Wow. So beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jean.
I have copies and I can share them with anybody too, anytime. So you're welcome. Thank you, sweetie.
Could people share them on Poems to Meher Baba on the web, Max?
On the Facebook group, that would be great. It'd be wonderful to have all these poems on there. Or you can send
I'm happy to,
if you don't
I'm
have
happy to share these.
What?
I'm happy to share them. I actually brought them to Maharana, but it just didn't seem. I shared them at one of the RTs, but that was all. So I'm happy to.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So how would we share if we don't like Facebook? I don't like Facebook.
I don't know if you can
like a spider.
Send them to me.
WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp. Yeah.
I don't have it. You can send to me my email, but you didn't. I don't know if you got any of our messages.
I'd be happy to give them to you, Max, if you'd want them to be sent to your email. I can do it in I can scan them and send them to you, or I can
anybody that wants.
Yeah,
it's not great. On Facebook that wants to get their poems posted on a Baba group for Poems for Baba on Facebook. Send them to me, email, and Marcia, I'll chat. I'll put in my chat my email address to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wait just
Great.
a second.
That's very generous.
And then Marcia's the last
Thank
reader.
you.
Finding here.
I'm a little confused. There's poems from Mayor Baba. That's a book at the Trust online library, right? But it sounds like you're talking about something else.
There's also a Facebook. I started a Facebook group about 10 or 15 years ago. Poems. I think maybe they have the same. Ben, what's the title of the book that you edited?
Poems to Avatar Meher Baba.
Okay. So that's not we're talking about your Facebook.
Oh yeah, I have that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can either post them there or send them to me. Because I heard so much wonderful things tonight.
Yeah.
So many wonderful things. Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize that they were doing poetry tonight, and Betty mentioned it, and I have a folder, and I opened it up, and I have so many poems that I scanned and printed and things that I wrote that I'm like, oh my God, what do I read, you know? But I'd like to share something.
Yeah.
So. Can I do that now, or is somebody else going?
You're on.
I don't even know. I wrote something recently last night before the bombing, but I'm not going to do that. I'll start with this one. What to say, what not to say. Love is on its way. The river flows from the mountains to the streams, to the rivers, to the rocks, to the soil, to the grass. Once you have surrendered yourself to love, there is nothing else, no turning back. All else is illusion. Illusion is a part of the dream. The dream is awakening, comes from the seed that was planted within all of us, germinating one seed at a time, flowering in and out of your heart, intertwining. The only soul is one, surrendered to love.
Beautiful. Jai Baba.
You want to hear a couple more?
Sure, yeah, read a couple more.
I've been kind of perusing, you're trying to listen to everything and see that. It's not easy to be silent. It takes your mind from your mouth and makes you think within, to listen to your inner voice. Hopefully there is a lesson there waiting to ignite a flame, to be heard, the silent voice within. I am no longer myself, truth be told. Life is a mystery that unfolds, like wine aging in the winekeeper's cellar, waiting to be drunk with love's ecstasy. Truth be told, we are accountable to none but thee, God, who is eternally within and without, waiting for each of us, his children, to be set free, to return home to the garden of love, truth, beauty, ecstasy, free.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Very
Thank
nice. Yeah.
I can do one more. 3 is my good number. I never read these to anybody. They're just in a folder. And then a long time ago, I heard about the poetry thing and started realizing I'd scanned and written things all my life, probably, you know. It's a steep climb. I always worried that I'll go back and have to start all over again. I keep making mistakes. The difference is I now have the opportunity to choose how I react to things. God has given us the tools while we are still on this earth to reflect on our lives. We are the pages in the Creator's book. We are living the new life. We must be open, accept change, or lose ourselves to fear, anxiety, worry, envy, lust, and greed. There is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. There is no life without love. Only love will prevail. Be kind to one another. Be loving. Fill your hearts with joy and happiness. Leave the rest to God. Anyway.
Amen.
Wonderful, Marcia. All right.
Wonderful.
Jai Baba.
But I have something that I wanted to share because I write every night in a journal and I can barely max read my handwriting. So I just wrote this before I heard about the Israel and everything in the war. And I wrote at 4 a.m. October 9th, Monday. Why do I keep organizing? I know that you're putting us to do the work. Many thorns make a strong wall to eradicate the dark. Surrendering your all. I do not sleep when it is time to hearken to your call. This will bring about the destruction to clear the way to the fifth dimension, the new life. God, Baba, man, hearkens to all and brings us to our knees for forgiving misdeeds, crimes against mankind and one another. What roles has Baba given us? We no more, I alone. Together we are one as God in reality. I am free of pain and suffering. Do not shirk thoughts that pain is a bad thing, but rather as a blessing that brings you closer to me as God man, suffering for me. Baba as man was the sacrifice I made in this Advent to give you the lessons and instructions to clear your karma connections, enabling me to set you free. Due diligence, obeying me and loving me sets you free. The sun shines on your very being, your shadows fall behind you, and soon all you think of is me. I am the liberator, the freer of the free. Be of the world, but not of it. Abandon all thoughts that which has come to pass or will come to pass. Be our one. Divinity is offered to those who venture into deep waters, knee deep in my ocean of eternal love and being. See the beauty in everyone and everything. You become a sanctuary of my love, which spreads like wildfire, turning good and bad deeds to ashes. Be an ash, the dust at my feet, at my lotus feet, as strong as a stone in your service to me, serving mankind. Catch yourself when the habit pervades your thoughts. Breathe my name, breathe the air, face the sun, pray love for your universe, be steadfast in your love of God and creation. Do not be troubled by the work. I am allowing the movie of war to proceed. They will be eradicating themselves. Those who are evil will come again, and there will be cracks in their hearts from all the pain and suffering, and seeds will grow, and they will know that I have not forsaken them. Victory in God's love for all. Jai Baba. So that just came to me. It's like, well, yeah, I know God just writes through us all, you know.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's his message. It just because I got up in the middle of the night, I'm cleaning my refrigerator out and organizing my rocks and cleaning every inch of my house. And like, it was like, what am I doing? And then I said, well, you know, Baba does his work through us. So you know, this is, and don't try to understand it, just do it. That's number one, obey, and then love and leave the rest to him. Because if we worry, then he won't worry for us. So it's hard to do because I have things keep popping in my brain that I'm worried about. So I just take it, Baba, 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 and I go into his toolbox. So, Jai Baba.
Marcia,
Thank you.
write down my email address in the chat and send me that last one if you could.
The one I just wrote, I have a whole book of them. I just wrote them recently.
That was really good.
Send me that last one, at least.
Okay, yeah. I'm what I do is I'll type it and then I scan stuff and I'll send you a good copy.
Okay.
Because you won't read my handwriting.
But soon we're gonna close soon. So
yeah. Well, I'm
write
sorry to read so much, but I have this whole folder with
No, that's
gazillions of things in there. It's like
I'm just saying, write down my email address.
I will. I did
right
already.
now,
This is
we're not gonna
I've got it.
You got it already? Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, I took it already as soon as you put it in.
I didn't know how you saw it while you were reading. Okay.
No, I took it before. I'm like,
thank you, Max.
Okay.
Thank all of you. This was really great.
What a gift.
Thank you for Betty telling me about it. I didn't know.
Thank you, everybody. I think I'm
And
gonna
everyone else.
sign off
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
This was
Nice meeting all of
wonderful.
you.
Full
Jai
session.
Baba, thank you, Max.
Jai
Jai
Baba,
Baba.
thank you,
Bye,
Max.
everybody.
Everybody.
Baba,
Wow.
Jai.
was
Bata,
wonderful.
Baba,
Jai.
Jai
Beloved
Baba,
God, help us all.
Baba, Jai.
Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more and more and more and still yet more until we become worthy of union with you. Avatar Mayor Baba Ki Jai. Yay.
Okay.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba.
Hey, Baba.
Everyone.
Very nice to spend this evening with you all, Jai Baba.
Yeah, likewise. Amen.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So good of you, Max, to organize this.
Oh, well, it's been wonderful. I don't know how it started, but it's been wonderful, and I hope we can keep doing it. Okay.
Good job. Thank you. I finally got everything scripted.
Good night, everybody. Jai Baba.
Good night.
Carlos and Marcella, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
I'll be
Jai
in touch.
Baba.
Yeah, I'll be in touch.
Jai
Once.
Baba.
Okay.
Next time we start with songs.
Oh, wow. What a good idea. A song.
Each one brings a song.
Very nice.
Oh. Wonderful. Jai Baba.
Jai
All right.
Baba, Jai Baba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jai Baba.
It's a bit late here. We have to go to bed.
What time? What time, Marcella? What time?
It's now 12:30.
12:30. It's a bit late. Yeah, you go to bed. Good night. Jai Baba. Jai Baba. We're going.